In our last class, we have discussed about traditional goal setting and uh, from human resource management we have done recruitment selection we have completed, and we have done the traditional goal setting. And have we started strategic management? Strategic management. Okay, so we have forecasting also. So we will do forecasting, and after that we will do strategic management. So these things are uh, coming under planning only. That is there in your internal. Though we have done planning, but some small topics uh, we are discussing now. We have some basic knowledge about planning. What is planning? Uh, Very quickly, I'm telling what is planning and all. Because here also something is there, so I think it will be helpful for you. Just a quick recap. Planning is an intellectual process of thinking resorted to decide a course of action which helps in achieving the predetermined objectives of organization in future. So let's see what Koons has proposed. Planning is deciding in advance what to do, how to do it, and when to do it, and who is to do it. It bridges the gap from where we are to where we want to go. So we study from this book also, means written by Kunz. So a definition he has given, that planning is deciding in advance, means uh, prior decision we are taking, means we are deciding what we will do in future, what are the things we will do in future. So planning is deciding in advance what to do and how to do. Not only what are the things we will do, how we will be doing it, when we will be doing it, and who other people will do it. Fine. And it bridges the gap from where we are, that means where we are standing now, and then we want to reach a particular destination, a particular goal we want to achieve. So that gap, it is going to bridge. So it is going to fill that particular gap. So after that, planning is the selecting and relating of facts and making and using of assumptions regarding the future in visualization and formulation of proposed activities believed necessary to desired to achieve desired result. A little bit difficult, means very lengthy definition, but ultimately the same thing. We are gathering lot of information, and after that we are assuming the future. Fine. Let's see what Henry Fayol has given. Henry Fayol defined planning is deciding the best alternatives among others to perform different managerial operations in order to achieve the predetermined goals. So some goals are there that we are setting, and after that we are trying to reach that particular goal, and we are taking a lot of decisions and finding out the best alternative to reach that particular goal. Now, some characteristics of planning is there. Planning is looking into future. Planning involves predetermined line of action. Yes, it is a future-oriented thing. It is here we are means we are trying to find out what are the things we will do. The plan of action that we are doing. So, predetermined line of action. What are the things we will do one after another? Planning discovers the best alternative out of available many alternatives. So many alternatives we have to reach that particular goal, we will find out the best one. Planning requires considerable time for implementation. Planning is continuous process, yes, It is a continuous process. Like when it will be done, then we will prepare for the next plan. Hmm? Planning, planning's object is to achieve predetermined objectives in a better way. It integrates various activities of organization, is done for a specific period of time, not only selects the objectives but also develops policies, programs, procedures. Planning is required at all level of management, interdependent process which coordinates the various business activities, directs the member of the organization. Growth and prosperity of any organization depends upon planning. Objective is also there, reduces uncertainty. When you are me plan, you will have some plan, whatever work you want to do. If you have certain plan, then only it will be it can reduce the uncertainty. Otherwise everything will be uncertain, and without any plan when we do, that means we don't have prior information, prior decision, prior planning. So what we will do, like all the things will be uncertain to us. So planning means we are trying to reduce the uncertainty. Induces cooperation and coordination. Yes, when you will be planning something, so a lot of information you will be requiring from lot of people, and ultimately it will be a means some coordination is required for planning. And when we will implement that, then also coordination is required, cooperation is required. Reduces competition, because for planning all of us are coordinating, we are sharing our information, so it is reducing competition. Achieves the predetermined goals, anticipates unpredictable contingencies. So that is that unpredictable contingencies, that means we are trying to reduce the uncertainty. So there are a few things that we can predict, so that we are predicting. So ultimately we are reducing uncertainty. Achieves the predetermined goals, whatever the goals that we are setting, that we will achieve through it. Then comes the nature of planning. What kind of plan thing is this? Planning is the primary function. Yes, this is the first thing that we have to do. Planning contributes to objectives. Yes, goal. We are setting goal over here. Planning is an intellectual activity. Obviously, lot of prediction we are doing, analysis we are doing. Planning results in higher efficiency. uh, that means when you want to achieve a particular goal, that when you have planning, so efficiently will be able to achieve that goal. Otherwise everything will be uncertain, no planning will be there. So planning is a continuous process that I have already mentioned. Planning is flexible in nature. Like when we find that some problem is there, like whatever things we have decided, and what if like the standardized one and the actual one, if we find some kind of deviation, what we will do, we will come back to again planning, and we will go through the plan. We will try to find out where are the problems, so we will try to sort it out. We will try to develop a better plan for the next time. So it is a continuous process. Planning is flexible in nature, so it will be a flexible, it is flexible nature. That means we are changing it according to the need. Means when we find that this is not a proper plan, so we will change it, we can change it. And after that, planning provides unity and consistency. Yes, coordination will be required for a proper planning, and consistency, that means a continuous process. Planning is common to all. It is it is required for each and every level of the organization. Is the basis for all managerial function. We are starting the management function from planning only. Planning coordinates various business activities. Lot of information we are gathering, and we are, with the help of planning, we are running through all the business activities. Planning considers limiting factors, like where are the limitations, that also we consider. So accordingly we make our plans. Then comes the importance of planning. Planning manages objectives, converts uncertainty into certainty, enables economy in operation, helps in coordination, tackles increasing complexities of business, provides effective control, utilization of resources is achieved through planning, avoids business failures. So when we are talking about planning, first thing that we have to keep in mind, objective setting. So whenever you are writing the importance or the objective, so we can write this point. We can write that when we are making plans. So suppose you want to go to a particular place. Suppose you want to go for a in that winter vacation you want to travel somewhere. So for that you need some planning. So if you are not doing so, so everything will be uncertain. You don't know what other things are going to happen, when how much time you need, how many days you need to complete that particular tour. So that you have to plan. Prior planning is required. So if we are not doing that, that means it will remain uncertain. That means planning is giving us the scope to reduce uncertainty. So first one, objective setting, then is we can reduce uncertainty. These things are common. These things we can write for importance. These things we can write for what are the functions. These things we can write, and helps in coordination. Every time if you notice, whenever I'm explaining, we are talking about coordination. So all the people from different department, they need to cooperate for proper implementation and proper making of plans. Tackles increasing complexities of business, obviously. If you think about your own life, if planning is there, so we can reduce complexity to some extent. Planning provides effective control. How planning provides effective control? When we will be doing controlling, there you will find that we are matching whatever things we have done, means whatever thing we have planned, and actually what are the things we are doing. So this comparison we are doing, why? To find out whether there is any kind of deviation. So ultimately, planning is contributing towards controlling. Clear? So first thing I'm repeating, objective. Next we can say uncertainty we can reduce. We can means induce coordination. We can induce means we can reduce complexity in the business. We can means planning is a part of controlling, so it is having some contribution to control. That means it provides effective control. Utilization of resource. Planning is that we are whenever when I was talking about the plan of a planning that you are doing for your vacation, how you are going to utilize that particular time. So you have 5 days vacation, so how many means where you can go, that means so that you can properly utilize that particular time. Or if you have some budget constraint, so you have decided that you will spend 5,000 rupees. So within this particular budget, how you can do, means that means you are utilizing your resources. Time is a resource, money is a resource. Fine. Planning avoids business failures. So obviously when plan will be there, so the chances of failure will reduce. Steps in planning process: analysis of external environment and internal environment, and after that we are setting some objective, and after that planning premises. That means what are the things are there surround, what are the other factors are there that we are considering, and alternative course of action. Examination of, that means whenever we are doing planning, we are thinking about another plan of action. Like if we cannot continue this particular plan, so what are the alternatives are there? So we are trying to find out, and we are using the best alternative, but we are means analyzing all the available alternative action, course of action. Establishing the sequence of activities. What are the means what are the things that we will do one after another, the sequence, the order that we will decide. Formulation of action plan. Ultimately we are formulating it, determining the secondary plans. If this is not possible, or some problem arises, so what we can do, we can have some secondary plan. Securing participation of employees, follow up and evaluation. So we can ensure that the employee will follow this, and after that follow up will do whether this is a fruitful one, whether we are facing any trouble or not. So same thing. Advantages are more or less same thing. That utilization of resources, objective setting, all these things, controlling. Disadvantages means inflexibility, limitation of forecast. Yes, these things are there. Like when you are planning, few things will be there that is uncertain. We are reducing uncertainty. We are not eliminating uncertainty. So it will be there. And the process is time consuming and costly process. Mental abilities required, false sense of security, delay during emergency period. So these things can happen, not sure that these things will happen. Now we will discuss about forecasting. Forecasting is there. Forecasting is the technique of estimation the relevant future events and problems on the basis of past and present behavior or happening. So what are the things are happening now? So what are the things that has already happened and what are the things are happening now? On the basis of that, we are estimating what are the things will happen in future. So that will be called as forecasting. Forecasting is concerned with future events, that means, and forecasting is necessary for planning process. Forecasting is necessary for planning process. And why it is necessary for planning process? Because we are whatever plan we are doing, that is on the basis of whatever things we can means will happen in future, so that we are trying to do. So prediction is important over here. So prediction is done when we are talking about forecasting. What we are doing, we are predicting something. Have we done forecasting? In our last class, have we done forecasting? Devdeep, have we done forecasting in our last class? Yes, students, am I audible? Am I audible, students? Have we done forecasting in our last class? Okay, I also think like so. Okay, fine. So we were doing forecasting. Forecasting is concerned with future events and it is associated with planning and very much helpful for planning. And the impact of future events has to be considered in planning process. So forecasting is required. Forecasting is a guessing of future events. The same thing, inferences and or conclusions are drawn from past. Like from the definition only, you can tell what are the features of forecasting. And one thing just you have to remember that it is related with planning. Planning is very much depending on forecasting. Forecasting considers all the factors which affect organizational function. So when we are doing like in the definition only, we have said that what are the things has happened and happening. So on the basis of that, we are deciding the future. That means what we are doing, we are considering all the factors that can affect the organizational function that we are considering. That's why we are considering those things, so that when we are deciding about the future, that means that will, these factors, if we can consider all the factors, so our prediction will be much more better or efficient prediction we can do. If you are not considering the factors, so ultimately when I will be applying the forecasting and in planning, so ultimately the planning uh, could be not so much fruitful. So we have to consider. So we are considering over here. Forecasting considers all the factors which affect organizational functions. The analysis of various factors is needed. We are doing analysis with the help of what? With the help of different statistical tools. Personal observation also helps in forecasting. That is also important. We are depending on the data as well as some personal observation. The application of scientific and mathematical statistical technique is much more reliable than use of ordinary tools of obtaining conclusion. So we are using lot of statistical tools we are using. We are using lot of statistical tools and scientific tools we are using, techniques we are using, and so what we are doing, we on the basis of that means some quantitative and some qualitative approaches there. From if we talk about some data, so that means we are talking about quantitative approach, and if we are talking about qualitative things, some personal observation is there. That is, we are considering the qualitative thing also. What are the what is forecasting process? Thorough preparation of foundation. That means we are and in detail we are investigating. We are a proper analysis of data is very much important. So what we are doing, we are collecting lot of data and we are analyzing those data, and this is in detail, in depth analysis is needed. So detailed investigation and complete analysis of the company are necessary for forecasting, which in turn is based on the organizational structure of the company and its past performance. Estimation of the future. Now, the future of the organization can be estimated by consulting the key executives uh, of the company and then passing on the communication to the entire unit. So when we are estimating the future, so how we are estimating, we are consulting with the key executives of the company, and after that we are estimating the future, and then we are passing this information to the entire unit. Collection of results. The actual results are compared with the estimated results to know the deviation. Here we are comparing with the estimated one and the actual one. In case of significant deviation, when you will be finding some significant deviation, so we have to rectify it. So here also we are rectifying it. Proper measures are taken and it ultimately helps in forecasting. Refining the forecast can be refined in the light of deviation, that are the factors which undergo changes during the study period, can be used to refine and improve the forecast. So what we are doing, first of all, lot of information we are gathering and we are analyzing those information. Then with the help of the opinion and consultation with the key executives, we are coming up with some solution, with some prediction. And relevant records will be prepared and maintained to collect the result. And after that, comparing the result with the actual one and the estimated one. So if we are finding some deviation over here, so we need to rectify this. We have to take some measures. Now, after that, we need to refine whatever the prediction forecasting we have done. So there could be some factors that has means during the time of prediction some changes has come into those factors. That's why some impacts is there, so we have to refine and improve the forecast. Now, what is the importance of forecasting? Pivotal role in the organization, development of business, implementation of project, primacy to planning, coordination, effective control, key to success. So, what is this? Like, forecasting is actually giving us, means we are getting lot of information and we are collecting lot of information, and after that what we are doing, we are doing some analysis over here. So ultimately this analysis will be very much important for the business. And when this particular analysis we are using for the prediction, now when we are doing the prediction, this prediction will be again helpful for the planning. And when we are gathering information, when we are doing analysis, so ultimately a lot of coordination is needed over here. So, and when we are comparing the data that we have, means the actual data, actual information, actual one, and the estimated one. So what we are doing, we are comparing two things, and ultimately it is a part of controlling. So what we are doing, we are controlling. Effective control is there because we are comparing the actual one and the estimated one and trying to find out is there any deviation or not. Forecasting techniques or types or methods. Similarity events method. In this method, forecast is made on the basis of the events happened in the past. Already this thing has happened, so on the basis of that we predict. Like earlier also we have seen that in this particular situation, uh, like suppose we have seen every year during the means before the festival, before the festival season, the demand for different types of gift items is increasing. If we compare with the means the other times of the year, so if we compare, so we are finding that the demand for gift items are increasing just before the festive season. So what is that? How we are saying so? Mean we have seen, we have observed. Like previously, last year also it has happened. So this year also means we have seen, and so this year also we can say that suppose we have Christmas very close to us. So before Christmas, the demand for gift items will increase. How we are saying so? On the basis of past event. We have seen that last year also it has happened. So it will happen this year also. So what is this? This is similarity events method. In this method, forecast is made on the basis of events happened in the past which are more similar to the current event. Survey method. Field survey can be conducted to collect information regarding the attitude of people. The information collected is useful for proper forecasting. Like we do different kinds of survey, we do. So we can find out what kind of things will happen. Like before this opening up of schools and colleges, so parents were asked to give their views that what is your opinion, whether means you are happy with this decision or not. That means from this particular field survey, what we can say, we can predict that whether all the whether the students actually, the parents will, means for school children, so the parents are there. So parents will is having lot of contribution for the decision. So what we are doing, we are doing some field survey and we can come to know that whether all students will come to the school or not. So what we are doing some field survey, and we are trying to predict whether, if we open up the school, so whether this whether the children will come to the school or not. Fine. So that is field survey. Time series analysis. In this method, the future is forecast on assumption that past activities are good indicators of future activities. So in this method, the future is forecasted on the assumption that past activities are good indicators of future activities. So that means some past activities, and this past activities are showing that this that means some good things will happen. So that on the basis of that, we are predicting that this year also we are finding out the same thing, so some good thing will happen. So on the basis of the past activities are so what we are deciding, that past activities are the good indicators of future activities. So what we are doing, we are depending every time, we are depending upon the past activities only. Method. The Delphi technique is another way of obtaining group input for ideas and problem solving. So here we are getting ideas and different solutions from a group of people. So it does not require face-to-face participation. Here face-to-face participation is not required. It uses a series of carefully designed questionnaire that will be distributed interspersed uh, with information summaries and feedback from preceding responses. And on the basis of their response, we can come to the solution. Regression analysis is used to find out the effect of changes of the relative movement of two or more interrelated variables. So there could be some interrelated variables, and means what are the changes can happen if we just change the variables. So what are the change, if we making some changes, what are the effect will be there on variables, so that we are deciding. Then input and output analysis. Forecast can be made on the basis of relationship between input and output. For instance, the power requirement of the country can be determined. So input output means here, from the power requirement of the power requirement, what amount of power is required for your country. So how we can decide on the basis of current usage rate, how much you are consuming usage. With the help of your usage consumption, we can find out that how much is required. Fine. Salesperson's opinion. Salesperson, these people are directly coming in contact with the customers, so we can get some opinion from them, and on the basis of that we can do some kind of sales forecasting. Advantages of forecasting: facilitates planning, ensures coordination, easy controlling. We have discussed this one. It is very much related to planning, because on the basis of forecasting we are doing some plans, making some plans, and after that yes, some proper coordination is required, because we are getting information from means from everywhere of the organization. So coordination is required, and controlling, as we are comparing between the expected and the actual, so we are doing controlling. Disadvantages: too much is expected of forecasting. Sometimes we are depending upon too much, and we are expecting that all the things will we can predict, we can come to know. It involves high cost and time investment, because we are gathering information, we are doing analysis, so time consuming process, cost will also be involved. It is not a scientific method always, and forecasting cannot be applied for a long period. Means after 5 years what will happen, or after 10 years what will happen, that we cannot predict, because lot of factors will get changed at that time. Requires high degree of skill, but in reality it is very difficult to find out people who can do such kind of things. So that's all about forecasting. Yes. In case of Delphi method, some group of people are involved. Directly, they are not meeting each other, but here we are just circulating some questionnaire. So they are giving some opinion, and from their opinion, we are coming up with the solution. Carefully chosen questionnaire is nothing like some objective is there now when you are making some questionnaire. So you should have some objective, some goal is. But for this particular thing we are trying to get some solution. So the question is should be carefully chosen, and it is actually applicable for each and every questionnaire only, like for not only for Delphi technique. When you are making questionnaire, the questions that you are setting for the questionnaire, so the always you have to keep in mind the objective. Sometimes what we do, just we are making questions and we forget that this is actually our objectives. Sometimes we can deviate from the objective, so that you have to keep in mind that this is my objective, so my questions should be like this only, like whether it should be open ended, whether it should be close ended, or opinion based or not. So lot of things we have to consider. So have you ever framed questionnaire? Okay. Mhm. So that you have to always keep in mind that what you want to know from the participant, what is your objective. So whenever we are preparing questionnaire, that those things we have to keep in mind. I think Friday you have one more class with me. Friday, yes. Okay, fine. So that's all for the day. We have discussed about promising, forecasting, and little bit of brush up of planning. What is planning and objective limitation? Few things I have mentioned that these things are very common, and you can write at means objective. You can write in function. So whatever be the type of question, I think those points you can easily write. And I think I have discussed about the previous year's questions